At Wells Fargo have been advocating for a greater voice on the job for years. For the record, will you commit to neutrality in the workers' organizing effort and ensure that workers who speak out do not face retaliation? And this is, I'm looking for a yes or no response.
We believe that we're best
Yes or no?
having a direct relationship with them.
Is that a yes or a no?
That is,
Will you commit to neutrality in the workers' organizing effort and ensure that workers who speak out do not face retaliation? It's really easy. Yes or no?
we will follow the law.
Okay.
We will
So
encourage our
I'm going to
employees
reclaim my
to work
time.
with us.
I was looking for a yes or no on whether or not you would commit to neutrality in the workers' organizing efforts and ensure that workers who speak out do not face retaliation. After years of scandals and billions of dollars in fines, you owe your employees accountability. If there had been a union at Wells Fargo, then perhaps the toxic policies and behaviors driving these scandals would not have gone unchecked for so long. I introduced the Greater Supervision and Banking Act to shine a light on working conditions for employees, from pay equity to accountability for workplace harassment. Congress must pass this bill to support workers. My bill would also require transparency on meaningful consumer protections. Now, I've been having a hard time really keeping track of the various illegal actions that have taken place here by those represented on this panel, including your own bank, Mr. Cecere. So let's establish a few things for the record. On July 28th of this year, the CFPB announced that your bank had illegally accessed customers' credit reports and opened checking and savings accounts, credit cards, and lines of credit without those customers' permission. Mr. Cecere, how many accounts were opened without customers' permission?
Thank you for the question. First, we sincerely regret and take full responsibility that even one customer or account would have been opened in an inappropriate fashion. It's against not only our standards and procedures, but it's against our core ethics as an organization. This relates to a 5-year opportunity with the CFPB that dates back to 2010. And during that time frame, we've identified 342 accounts, which represents 0.001% of accounts open then.
342 accounts, all right. And that was actually going to be my next question. Do you take full responsibility for these violations of the law?
We do. It's not what we seek to do, and we've remediated.
Thank you. You should. Thank you. The CFPB's investigation certainly did tell a disturbing top-down story of failure. Your bank imposed sales goals on employees as part of your job requirements while knowing that this pressure was leading employees to unlawful behavior. Based on reports, I believe if your employees had the opportunity to collectively bargain and improve their working conditions, consumers would not have been exploited. And that's not limited to just your recent scandal. It goes for every bank present. So, again, for the record, I would like a response from the entire panel. For all witnesses, please raise your hand if you are willing to commit to non-interference in any of your employees' efforts to organize a union. And I'll begin from right to left here. My right, Mr. Cecere, yes or no?
We believe dealing directly with the employees, and we welcome feedback.
Could you just raise a hand? I'm sorry, I'm running out of time. 50 seconds. Will you raise a hand if you agree to not interfere?
We would not retaliate or interfere.
Okay, you can raise your hand then. Okay. Mr. DeMarc, can you raise your hand if you're willing to commit to non-interference in any of your employees' efforts to organize a union? I don't need to go one person at a time. This is an easy question. Please raise your hand.
I can't raise my hand to that. We wouldn't interfere with our
Okay, I'll keep going. So, Mr. Cecere, you're committing to non-interference. Mr. DeMarc, you are not. Mr. Diamond. Okay, thank you for your transparency on the record that you will interfere. Ms. Fraser, will you interfere? Show of hands, or yes or no?
We will not. We certainly will not retaliate, but we will not. We will expect to have an active conversation with our employees.
Take that as a yes. Thank you for your transparency for the record. Thank you, Ms. Fraser. Mr. Moynihan, will you interfere?
We will direct.
Sorry, I'm running out of time. Show of hands. Gentlemen, Mr. Scharf, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Moynihan, could you raise your hand if you agree to not interfere?
I'll answer the question. We will agree to abide by the law, and we will not retaliate against employees. That's
Mr. Rogers?
It's not as simple.
We would listen to our teammates and not retaliate.
Mr. Scharf, yes or no?
We will listen and not retaliate.
Your workers are watching, and they deserve accountability. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.